National Football League. And we'll see Eric Stokes.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Allen going to go to the air right away. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Saints, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Allen again. And Davis with it left side. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
From just shy of midfield, Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because is they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on the opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Singletary going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. Building confidence after a loss. That's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw 1 interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Dillon finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Only needing 2 yards on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defensive. You know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. They'll try and run right on the option. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
throwing on first down. Dillon. Olave over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding it for a short gain.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. And they'll run on the inside handoff. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. On fourth down, Dillon out to his left. Touchdown! Albert O, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on fourth down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, fourth down, they went for it.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 7-7, our score after one. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Allen now looks to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
And he is going to have the Bills 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. Allen now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Saints' 18-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They run here with Singletary, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? 3rd and goal. Now Allen. Dancing to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A disastrous loss there on 1st and goal on the sack. Sets him back big time.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the Bills have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks and tables end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And, you know, there's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. Here's a give up the middle, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Dillon. And he's got his big tight end here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Looking to throw. Dillon forced out to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Saints. A 22-yard touchdown ground as they have taken the lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. And reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To the air, Allen. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And that is incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so I'll give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And some space here. And all the way down to the 9. A big play there just before halftime.
First and goal, New Orleans.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And they'll try to run the option here. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he's probably throwing here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. McPherson on for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start with a good one in the NFC South. Carolina playing host to Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. The Falcons locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Next, we head north to Philly. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The Niners trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And as you see, they were winners in their ball game. Matt Corral, excellent in the victory as his guys pushed their record up to 8-3 on the year. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bills, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. So with that, we get you back up to Orchard Park and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. They'll start on the ground here on first down, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now here's the option play going left. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll send the tight end in motion. To throw on 3rd down. Dillon. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Brought down at the 20.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Hands it off out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that can make this a 3-possession game.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Back to throw. Dillon. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Allen to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. And that is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dillon. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, Dillon. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on... For the 4th quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score of the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's McPherson now to send it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And here come the Bills. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talked.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
They go play action here on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Kevin McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And now out come the Bills. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen, he will find Davis. That's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And again, it's Allen. Wide open receiver, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Allen. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
That is caught at the 7. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Allen. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Dillon rolling to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down. Off play action. Dillon. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He completes it to Olave. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead.
And the ball is loose. Dillon lost it. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The offense on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you leaned back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think he just said, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what the... And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
4 yards. And the Saints 1st down.
On 1st down, Dillon looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, Dillon, and that is incomplete. Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show.
They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Dillon is going to go for a big play downfield. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.